Hi, everyone. Welcome to another video recording in honor of our 75th anniversary here at HRAF. Today, we have H. Russell Bernard, also known as Russ, Director of the Institute for Social Science Research at Arizona State University and Professor Emeritus of Anthropology at the University of Florida. Russ, we know that you have a long relationship with HRAF as an organization. You were a longtime member of the HRAF Board of Directors. You served over 30 years, beginning in 1984. And you also served 2 terms as chairman of the board.
Right.
Tell us from your experience with HRAF how the organization has changed or evolved over the years.
Well, it's been my first my first association with HRAF. I will tell you. I took a course, so this will tell you how it's changed. I took a course in graduate school that was taught by Joe Casagrande, and he was chair of the department. Came from the Social Science Research Council in 1961 at Illinois, and he taught a course on comparative research. And he used the paper files of HRAF that we had at the University of Illinois. Great big room full of these gigantic file cabinets, right? And I took another course that same year with Dwayne Metzger on using computers. This is 1962. Using computers to record interview data.
Wow, well, that was before its time, in other words.
Yeah, right, yeah. Anyway, and so I was hooked then. So when Carol and Mel asked me in 1984 if I could help out at HRAF, I was all in.
That's great.
Right? By that time, it was 22 years later. And by then, computers had become much more useful. Right? I mean, I have more power on my wristwatch than I had in the whole building of that computer at the University of Illinois in 1962.
So you really saw HRAF become digital. You were
part
of that transition.
I helped out. Well, that was what they asked me to do.
That's
come
great.
and help them out. Yeah, and then although computers became a lot more useful, they still weren't used much by anthropologists by 1984, and for very good reason. They were clunky, and software was very clunky. But 1984, that was when we were beginning to change. Microcomputers we got in the late 1970s, 76, 77, 8. The Macintosh was 1984, that very year. We got VHS in 1976, I remember, and DVDs in 1996. Right, so things were digitizing, but the internet was barely 20 years old, but it became ubiquitous with this development of the browsers. That's what changed everything. And that was about 1990. We had, the first one was not really well known. It was called the World Wide Web, which became www. And it was actually the name of a browser. But it started taking off in 94, 5, 6 with the new browsers, Mosaic, Netscape, Explorer. And HRAF went digital with DVDs at first, but then went full internet as all this technology developed, and we were all along for the ride.
So HRAF's been an early adapter.
Yeah, right. That was the whole idea, was to get in there and get those paper files off the thing onto some medium that,
That's
so
right.
With regard to your second question, so how would you evaluate? You asked HRF's contribution.
How would you evaluate HRAF's contribution to anthropological and social science?
Yeah, well, now with the easy to navigate website that you have, right? It's really nice, very pretty. And the 2 archives, one for archaeology, one for social and cultural anthropology. So HRF is now poised to fulfill the vision on which it was founded.
Pretty neat.
And it's doing that. That is to support a truly comparative science of culture. When I was coming up in the study of methods, I was influenced very strongly by Don Campbell, who wrote that all knowing is comparative. The only way we know anything is by comparing it to other things. It stuck with me. And then there was that course in 1962, uh, comparing cultures for something, and that was it. It was very clear that in order to be able to be a true science of humanity, we had to have comparative data. We got a big boost with Joe Henrich's weird proposal. The men of, you know what that is? The Weird
I've heard of
Society.
it, yes.
Okay, so yeah, so most research is on Western educated industrial democracy. So yeah, but there's HRAF. There's this actual opportunity for people who are interested in cross-cultural comparison to do all this across all the fields, not just anthropology.
And we're very unique and niche in that respect.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, now it's possible because of the internet, because everything is moving completely there, and also because of the great interface that you've got. The putting all those hypotheses on the web, listing all the hypotheses that can be tested and retested. That's it. If you my take on this is that HRAF ought to be pushing that to the limit as courses, whole courses developed to doing nothing but retesting those any number of hypotheses. You look at them all, the 1,000 hypotheses, and you say, I want to test 3 or 4 of them this semester.
That would be an excellent course. I agree.
That's it. You get people say, take 3 or 4 and test them again. And use all the data we've got now with all the power of the internet that we've got.
Is there anything in honor of our 75th anniversary you'd like to say in conclusion?
Yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you.
It's wonderful.
Thanks for being part of our story.
Well, so I was always very grateful for the friendship I had with Mel and Carol, and I look forward to being able to keep that up for a long time. And so I'm still in harness at Arizona State, and I did send somebody from here to become a member of the board of directors at HRAF.
Thank you.
And you've got that person. I think it's Matt Peoples.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, terrific. Yeah, yeah.
Well, thanks for your contributions to HRAF over the years, and also thank you for taking time to join us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.